Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat ng nakikinig po.
Hello to all our viewers from here and around the world.
Napakaganda na ating talent-teman ngayong hapon ito.
Isang mainit na pagbati po sa inyong lahat.
Well, friends,
welcome to the Bridges Show.
I'm very happy to be here, and I think it should be a really interesting and fun topic.
But there are things you want to learn. So I wanna take it from there and then I listen to them.
Meron silang mga mitiin upang maging makabuluhan pa ang pagiging Katoliko. Lalong-lalo na sa susunod na henerasyon.
Sa akin po, sa mga kabataan, use competence as a basis.
In real life, hindi naman talaga tayo tumitigil sa buhay. Kailangan talaga tuloy lang ang buhay kahit anong challenges natin.
Palawan, Cebu, Baguio City, Attorney Dwight, pati La Union. So we are saying that revenge travel is real.
Mas kailangan natin na i-share ang hiwaga ng sino sa mga tao.
Food and health should go hand in hand. So yan ang gusto naming paratingin sa gobyerno.
If you will just devote your life teaching, hindi ka yayaman sa pera, pero yayaman ka sa tao.
Siyempre, ang pinakamaganda po naman sa ating universidad ay yung talagang natuturuan po tayo kung paano maging mabuting tao.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mabuhay to all Thomasians out there. We are very happy to welcome you back to Bridges, a University of Santo Tomas Alumni Association virtual talk show that showcases and provides notable Thomasian alumni an opportunity to share their expertise and experiences on various topics for lifelong learning. This show is the initiative of the USTAAI Team Academics under its Informal Lifelong Learning Program. Ayan. So to give an overview of what what will be happening today, when you hear the word classical in general, there are a lot of things that will come in your mind. Opera, orchestra, ballet, big theatricals production on a grand concert halls around the world. Well, it may sound elitist, but actually the classical music and performances are there for everyone to enjoy. Yan. The University of Santo Tomas Conservatory of Music has produced some of the finest world-renowned musicians, including national artists, concert pianists, opera singers, musical theater performers, orchestra, and choral conductors, and numerous instrumentalists and music educators. Well, not just in the classical music scene, but also in mainstream media like television, variety shows, movie industry, musicals, and recently social media platforms including vlogs and podcasts. Grabe, proud to be Thomasians talaga, kaya go uste. But before we get started, please allow to introduce myself. I am Fonzy Mendoza. I'll be your host this afternoon, and this Bridges episode is brought to you by the UST Alumni Association Incorporated and UST Communications Bureau. And this episode 108, season 3, is sponsored by my university college, the UST Conservatory of Music Alumni Association Incorporated. Ayan. Well, without further ado, I would like to also introduce to you my co-host for today. She is a very well-rounded and talented fellow Thomasian musician from the UST Conservatory of Music. She majored in music education and currently the director of Music Academy of Performing Arts. So, dear viewers, fellow Thomasians, I am proud to introduce to you Ms. Mios Buenafe. Hi, Mios!
Hello! So, magandang hapon po sa ating mga viewers from all around the world.
Yes.
And good afternoon to you, Fonzy. So I feel so blessed to be here. I'm so honored to be here hosting Bridges and to be co-hosting this episode with a very talented event director, speaker, hotelier, entrepreneur, entertainer, and theater actor. Oy, pareho tayo. And who has traveled extensively here and abroad for performances and competitions with the world-renowned and two-time Choir of the World champion, the UST Singers. Yan,
Grabe
yes.
naman.
Diba? Grabing introduction. So, Fonzie, last week, we had Dean Tonton Africa as our guest here in Bridges. We had a very interesting conversation about the 21st century careers for music professionals. So the discussion with Dean Africa evolved around the nature of musicians, their hardships in studies when they were still students, and the fulfilling careers as music professionals that no amount of salary can give. Totoo yan, di ba?
Totoo yan, totoo yan.
Yes. So the 21st century is calling for new and industry-related music courses that will equip the future music graduates of the UST Conservatory of Music, our beloved conservatory. So, Fonzie, matanong kita, what did you pursue after graduating from college?
Well, actually, just before my last semester, I actually started working early. So, I started at the Venetian Macau as a lead artist. So, yung mga nakikita nila ng mga nagogondola doon, mga Italiano, plus yung mga nagpa-perform ng mga classical, parang mga classics na mga operata, mga ganon. We are the ones who's doing that sa Venetian Macau. Then soon after, I was promoted and became a supervisor under the creative department. But then, after 4 years there, na-enjoy ko eh. Siyempre, kailangan ko bumalik to finish my studies. And then, I did some some theater productions on the side. And then, I was invited to be part of the opening of City of Dreams, Manila. Then, also, I have worked at EDSA Shangri-La as an events manager. Pero at present, I am currently the Assistant Director of Events at Conrad Manila, heading our socials and wedding events. Pero, Mios, baka sabihin nila, nasa corporate world na ako. On this side, I am still performing, and I'm very proud to share that I became part of Miss Saigon Guam and played my dream role na Tuy last year. Very thankful. And also, I'm still part of a male crossover group called Cuatro. Ayan, meron na akong plugging on the side.
Diba? So, sobrang big time naman itong co-host ko. And,
ay, hindi. How about you?
Ako, ang tanong is, aling graduation to? Because my second, kasi Conservatory of Music, it's already my second course. I graduated. My first course was IT. Wow. And then, lagi kasi, for me, it's God's call. Yeah, God's call. Lagi niya ako nilalagay sa teaching job. So, I used to be the voice teacher in ABS-CBN workshops.
Wow!
And then, after that,
mga napasikat mo. Yes.
Secret. And then after that, and then on the side until now, I act for film and TV, usually sa commercials and hosting events. Wow. And then I'm also itong full-time job ko. Yan. Talaga namang ito talagang nilagay na ako ni Lord sa teaching. So I'm a grade 4, grade 5, grades 9 and 10 music teacher here in School of the Holy Spirit in Quezon City, and I also handle their theater clubs. Ayan.
Grabe.
And then I also have my own music studio, which I named Miosic. It's like from my name Mios and the word music. So I fused them together, and where I teach voice, hosting, and acting.
Grabe, hindi ko alam kung paano mo ginajuggle yan, but grabe, ang galing. Iba talaga, no? Iba talaga if you have the passion, eh. You can do a lot pag nasa music ka din, eh. Pero anyhow, dahil alam kong ang marami tayong viewers ngayon na gusto na makilala kung sino itong special guest natin. Kaya without further ado, please allow me to introduce our very, very special guest. She is very close to my heart kasi she is a good friend of mine. Grabe, pinagsamahan namin ito back in our college days. She is a celebrity mom. Ayan, may mga hint na sila, eh. TV host, actress, singer, environmentalist. Ang dami rin itong ginagawa. And vlogger. And was also the student of Maestra Irma Potenciano and Maestra Iniguez. So to highlight, she is also the first celebrity pole dancer in the Philippines and the founder and current president of the Philippine Pole Aerial Association. Her passion for dance and fitness had led her to pursue this unconventional profession. So mga fellow Thomasian, let's all give our virtual warmest welcome to Ms. Ciara Sotto. Woo!
Hi!
Hi, Anna. How are you?
Roaste. Good afternoon. I'm good. I miss you, Fonzy.
I miss you.
Hi, Mios.
Hi.
Mios ba? Mios.
Mios.
Mios. Hi, Mios.
Hi.
Grabe. Ang fresh naman ni Miss Ciara.
Grabe, nakakahiya. Hindi, nasa Hong Kong kasi ako. Wow.
Thank you for gracing our episode today. We're very happy that you're part of this Bridges episode today. So, alam kong you're very busy and I want you to enjoy also Hong Kong. So, sisimulan na namin ang mga tanungan ngayon.
Yeah,
I mean,
sige.
I'm sure you're aware that our topic is all about the benefits of being classically trained artist. Well, lingid sa kaalaman naman ng lahat na nanonood ngayon that Ciara came from a musically inclined family. That's why. Our first question is, so what motivated you to enroll at the Conservatory of Music?
You know what? It wasn't to be honest, it wasn't my first choice. I really wanted to study film and audiovisual. But then music was always my second choice. Pero palagi kong first choice, film and audiovisual or mass comm. And then, since na-late ako because I was on a world tour of my cousin, Ate Sharon's concert, late na ako mag-enroll sa kahit anong school. So may na-miss na ako na isang SEM.
Oh, wow.
One SEM.
Sabi ko, shocks, UST Music na to because my friend was enrolled there, si Rodolfo, pero umalis na rin siya. So, nag-enroll ako doon, tapos nagustuhan ko na siya. Pero I was already taking voice lessons kay Ma'am Johanna Sweet Plantado. So, parang na-amaze na ako sa kanya nang tinuturuan niya ako, tapos nag-vocalize kami, nagpapiano siya. So, yun, na-inspire na rin ako sa kanya.
Oh, wow, that's good. At what age you started na mag-classically trained na under Miss Sweet?
Actually, it wasn't classical, but sometimes magsisingit siya ng kondiman.
Oh.
Pero I started voice lessons with her around like 14 years old.
Wow, grabe.
And then na-appreciate niyo yun, yung kondiman at that very young age?
Yes, na-appreciate ko siya. Kasi idol ko si Barbra Streisand eh. So, I would listen to Barbra Streisand songs mga 13 years old lang ako kasi mommy ko was a very big fan of Barbra Streisand. So, I would listen to her other songs na hindi rin ang naririnig ni mama. Siyempre tayo, mas aware tayo mag-research, di ba? Yung mga sa internet, dili sila mami, hindi nila naririnig yun. Pero yun, na-enjoy ko na siya.
Oh, that's good. So during your Mios, I think if we ask parang syempre parang naging second choice mo si Conservatory of Music. So when you were there already, what is the main goal after like pag graduate ako ito na gusto kong gawin?
I wanted to go abroad. To be honest. Gusto ko sana mag-Europe, tas kanta-kanta or kanta sa Cirque du Soleil. Nag-audition pa nga ako doon. They asked me to audition, pero hindi ako natanggap. So I had to submit like a reel na kumakanta ng classical, ganun. Hindi ako natanggap. Pero yun talaga yung goal ko. I wanted to perform. I wanted to use it, yung classical training ko.
Oh, that's interesting,
And if I may ask, when you were a student at the Conservatory of Music, what's the hardest part of being a music student? Like, or any favorite or your least favorite subjects? Ayan. So,
Naku, magkakabukingan.
Alam mo, yung pinakamahirap na part is ang paos ako palagi. For me, as myself, not everyone. Kasi I was working I was trying to juggle school and work. I was taping. Sometimes puyat ako, papasok ako, paus ako. Siyempre magalit yung mga teacher, di ba? Solfeggio or solfeggio talagang oh no. Yun ang mahirap sa akin palagi akong paos. Tapos minsan, hindi ko na memorize yung song na pinaaral sa akin. Oh no, parang, tapos meron pang mga parts kasi may opera class.
Yes.
So, usually you sing with someone, di ba? Duet kayo, ganyan. Tapos hindi mo alam yung nota. Yun yung mga mahirap na part sa akin. It was a struggle for me na pagsabayin yung work and music. Kasi bachelor in music, major voice, di ba? So yun yung mahirap na part sa akin. Okay ako sa lahat ng subjects. Yun lang talagang time management.
Time management. Well, it's valid din naman because you're juggling work. At that time, you're not just a student, but you also do your work eh. May full-time work ka din. Pero ako, just to add lang sa sinabi ni Ana, challenge ko yung sight reading nun eh. Kasi
Ay, grabe. Ang hirap ng sight reading. Totoo yan.
Yun, sa mga listeners natin, that's the subject solfeggio. So it's sight reading. But of course, maano yung ano mo dun eh, yung magiging keen ka sa tenga, and it will train you actually to be very good in reading the music notes even without playing the piano.
Parang nahirapan din ako sa rudiments.
Oo, medyo mahirap.
Theory.
Pero grabe, kasi magpapacheck ka na kay Dean Fule nung time na yun kung tama yung ginawa mo, parang nanginginig yung music notebook ko eh.
I'm sure marami nakaka-relate sa ating mga music students out there.
Yes!
Panahon ni Dean Fule. Like lang dyan.
Lalo na yung solfeggio. Parang may common denominator tayo. Yun din yung Waterloo ko. At saka marami sa time ko na hirap din sa solfeggio. Because that's a really difficult subject. Akala nila ang dali, di ba, ng music. Pero actually, mahirap siya. And it's a skill. So it really takes time. You have to work on it. And yun, kailangan yan bilang musician. Yan.
Yeah,
at yung
parang top 3 na mahirap, solfeggio, music theory, tsaka rudiments. yan yung tatlong yan, grabe.
Sa lahat mga nakaka-relate dyan, react lang po.
Oo, marami nakaka-relate dyan. Yeah. Sigurado ako.
Pero Ana, you've mentioned like si Miss Sweet, yung parang naging early onset na naging mentor mo, na siya na talaga nag-ignite sa'yo ng fire na yun to go for Conservatory. Pero sino pa yung mga naging mentors mo sa UST Conservatory or in the industry, and how did they help you in your career as a performer?
Of course, I would consider Maestra Iniguez my inspiration. And then I didn't know at that time when I was enrolled under her that she was also my aunt's voice teacher, because apparently the mom of my cousin Sharon Coneta was a music major in UST and her teacher was Maestra Iniguez. So when I mentioned to her na, Tita, when she was still alive, God bless her soul, Tita, we have the same voice teacher, and she was so happy. We were singing, parang we had a common song pa, yung Panis Angelicos. So parang si Maestra Iniguez talaga yung number 1 sa akin na queen when it comes to being my classical music mentor. Correct. And then when she passed away, I was devastated. I wanted to still be connected to her. So I transferred to Maestra Irma Potenciano.
Yes. Wow. Grabe, mga bigatin ang mga professors ni Ciara. Well, actually, lahat ng professors naman sa UST.
Yes. Pero yung mga alam mo lang na grabe magalit yung mga sila.
Very ano
kasi gawan ako.
Disciplinarian kasi talaga sila. Parang actually, music is a discipline kasi biruin mo, you will study a very, very short bar for how many days or months. Pero in actual sa performance, mga 10 seconds lang siya, pero ganun siya kagrabe because kumbaga pinapolish talaga rin kasi sa atin yung quality, and of course yung mga technique, kasi dun talaga lalabas yun eh, kaya tayo nag-aaral din ng conservatory, di ba?
And yun talaga takes time.
Yeah, discipline talaga siya.
That's right. And if I may ask also, like when you were, nasa conservatory ka na, so you were studying classical music. So did you find it like as a bridge? Did it become a bridge for and pave the way for bigger opportunities when you were already there in the industry, both in mainstream media and in classical music, in the classical music scene?
Definitely, because in my line of work, they would always hire other theater performers. But during that time, since I was taking music, they would also hire me with them. So we would mix with them. So since I was very interested din sa theater, gustong-gusto ko rin yung theater, ganyan. Pag ako ni kinuha nila, tapos alam ko na yung kakantahin na pag-aralan na namin, like yung mga kundiman, minsan sa CCP, mayroong mga show or may mga event, may mga special usually dati yung ABS-CBN lalo na. Dun, parang naging bridge talaga siya. It really helped me. And then when we would study pieces, like I remember having a show with Rosel Nava and sina Jeffrey Dalgo. And they gave us a piece and they would tell me na, uy, Ciara, i-play mo nga to. Ano bang nota to? Ganyan. So parang nakatulong talaga yung music sa akin. Kasi pag may piano sa CCP, ginaganon-ganon ko yung mga nota nila. Pero hindi talaga ako magaling na sight reader. Pero alam ko lang siya na, ito yon. Alam ko siyang ganun. Pero yung kunyari, binasa ko tapos alam ko na yung hindi parang di ako umabot doon.
In fairness naman.
Tsaka talagang nakakatulong siya, no? Especially in voice production. So, kahit na pop yung kakantahin natin, 'di ba? So, the way you reach the notes then, and kung ilang shows 'yon, for example, sa teatro, 'di ba? Hindi ka madaling bibigay yung voice mo. So, it really helps that you're classically trained also.
Yes, it really helped me a lot.
Well, actually, to highlight as well, as you know, sa ngayon sa mainstream, marami rin tayo. We're very proud na marami rin tayo mga musically inclined or classically trained na music teachers, na mga artists, na mga recording artists, mga performers. Sila talaga yung nagtitrain sa mga sikat ngayon. Kaya we're very proud sa mga teachers na dyan. Kaya hello po sa inyong lahat. And we're very proud of you.
Yes.
Mios, talking about yung mga training sa pop and also, Anna, like, how is classical training different from other forms of musical training in mainstream media? Siyempre, iba-iba yung mga productions na kailangan gawin. So, how does it help you?
Classical training is definitely harder and stricter and more detailed because in classical training, the teacher gives you the piece and then, di ba, you vocalize first and then you have to study the song, you have to study your breath work. But in showbiz, like when I have to sing, they give me the song the day before. I just have to listen to it again and again. So I'll sing it tomorrow. So parang bahala ka na. Basta kantahin mo yan.
Basta
ganon. Pero dun sa music sa atin, pag mali yung pagkakasabi mo dun sa Italian word, lagot ka na. Or hindi mo na-express ng tama yung sentence kasi hindi naman lahat English songs, diba? So, parang mas mahirap talaga siya at mas nakatulong siya sa akin when I was also working as a theater actress during my other my plays, like yung mga Magsimula Ka, yung Sweet Charity, ganyan. So, talagang mahirap talaga yung tutunan yung classical training. But if you learn it, everything else will be easier for you.
Well, tama ka dyan. Well, in addition to that, Anna, we need to acknowledge na marami din talagang magagaling na tao na they are natural. They have the natural creative spark. Talagang innate sa kanila na magaling sila, hindi pa sila nag-aaral, malakas ang pandinig nila sa music, they can carry tunes. But I think learning and doing this classical training will actually broaden the knowledge. Especially, for example, sa mga instrumentalists natin, performers natin na parang the understanding of music theory. Kasi di ba nga there's a saying na know the rules so you know how to break them properly. So mas mapapaganda nila, mas marami silang magagawa. And siguro, Mios, as a teacher, as a vocal teacher also, kung self-taught artist ka, sometimes yun nga, minsan nakakalimutan natin the basics of being classically trained. So it starts with a very strong foundation like breathing, postures, vowels. It's not just all about singing, diba? So, kaya minsan maraming biglang namamaos after singing kasi nakakalimutan nila yung kung paano ma-strengthen tong foundation na to.
Yes, yung proper technique. So, Anna, ano yung parang pinaka-importance nung classical music training mo? And how did it help you in your singing career? Ano pinaka-main importance niya?
I think for me it's the vocal range. Kasi it broadened my vocal range without belting. Kasi I'm not a belter. I think my vocal cords were not built that way. So mas maging comfortable ako dun sa classical side. So nagamit ko rin siya sa work. Although, mas alam natin sa showbiz, di ba, parang pag belter ka, ay, ang galing, parang ganon. Pero, because of UST, because of my classical training, mas na-realize ko na, no, you don't have to belt. You can still reach the notes without belting. So, yun yung nakatulong sa akin in my albums when I would record yung mga, kasi my dad would always make me record mga old songs eh.
Yeah.
So, nagagamit ko siya talaga doon. And, iba pa rin talaga yung music before when you listen to it. Especially classical music, like Beethoven, Mozart levels. Iba siya sa mga music ngayon. Napaka intricate ng classical music yung mga natutunan natin in school. Kesa dun sa mga naririnig natin ng mga bago na alam natin very, very modern. But I think that's why we still listen to the classical music because it's lasting. I mean, for it to last for so long, it means that it's timeless. That you'll always go back to it.
Yes,
Wow,
that's right.
so kayo timeless.
Diba?
Timeless.
Pero alam mo, Mios, I mean, not to be very biased, pero syempre, I'm a good friend of Anna. I've witnessed a lot of victories of Anna sa career niya, but I'm very, very proud kasi alam mo ba, ito, share ko lang, which is I think alam naman ng lahat ng mga manonood natin ngayon na she's the celebrity champion ng Talentadong Pinoy, and one of the stunts na ginawa niya is nag-pole dancing siya. We know that yung very disciplined si Anna sa fitness. And then kumanta pa yan ng classical doon. At the same time ng pagsayaw niya ng pole. I mean, considering that parang si Annie nag-stand out, and I think the only celebrity who can does that. Kaya I mean with that discipline and with that training, mix in one, o di ba? Ciara Sotto.
Nakakaya. Parang nahiya ako sa UST.
Pole dancer pa.
Medyo nahiya ako nung time na yun, sa totoo lang. Kasi, syempre, naka two-piece lang ako nun, di ba? Tapos kumakanta ako ng classical, baka isuka ako ng UST.
Oh, hindi Pride namin yun. No, hindi naman. Sa ngayon, of course, you're one of those celebrity talaga who can does that. Di ba?
Thank you. Grabe, nakakaya.
Ayan. Alam mo, feeling ko ang daming nagre-react sa atin ngayon, Maya and Anna. So, it's time for us to check the chat box.
Sige nga.
Yan. Mag-hello muna si Miss Philnora Aquino. Nag-hi siya.
Hi!
Ayan. And marami nagsisay hi from all over the world. May question dito. Aside from being a classical singer, no. Sinasabi nila na she is a specialist in pole dancing from Fernando Pedrosa. Yes.
Oh, diba? Noon. And shout out ko lang yung students ko sa School of the Holy Spirit. Nanonood sila ngayon. Plus yung music and art area. And especially to Mrs. Villar. Yan. Musician. Thomasian din siya. And siya ang coordinator ko ngayon. So, hi, Miss. Yeah. Okay.
Ciara, may nagsasabi dito. If you don't mind, can you sing for us one of your favorite classical songs?
Oh my God, nakakahiya!
Yes! Sample!
Nakakaya. Wow, mamaya meron.
Sample agad. Hindi, pero alam niyo, definitely Miss Ciara will be giving us a sample later. Pero kung gusto mo naman ngayon, ma'am.
Pwede rin.
Ma'am ka sa akin, Ana kasi yung tao, ay i-inform pala natin yung
ating. Nga pala, mga audience.
Ciara Ana po kasi talaga yung name ko. Tapos sa UST, since ayaw talaga nila ng bias na hindi po, kahit artista ka, kailangan mong pumasok ganun. Ayaw nila akong bigyan ng special treatment. So, Ana talaga yung ginamit ko sa UST. So, yung mga college friends ko talaga, all of them call me Ana. Yeah. Kaya Ana yung tawag nilang dalawa sa
Oh, that's nice. Pero was it hard for you to transition your focus from pop singing to classical singing when you entered the conservatory?
Yes. Yeah, yes talaga. Yes. Very hard. Because like I told you, they would just give me songs, I'll just listen to it and then study. But when Maestra would give me a song, I'll have to read it, research about the song, translate the song, and then work on our breath work, the lines, breath supply, diction. It was so hard. Especially when for example, nasa ASAP ako ng Sunday, tapos may major ako ng Monday. J-Lo yung kinakanta ko ng Sunday eh. Tapos sa Monday, kakanta ko ng... Ang hirap. Talagang umiinit din ulo nila talaga sa akin.
But actually, I will understand kasi I mean, when we define pop singing kasi it's more free in terms of interpretation. But yung classical singing kasi or classical training, I mean, there's a discipline on it. I mean, the dynamics, kailangan mo maintindihan bakit siya lumakas dito, bakit siya humina, bakit siya kinat dito, 'di ba? I mean, there's a lot of works na nandoon sa isang pyesa. So I'll understand you.
Yes, grabe 'di ba? Kaya umiinit din talaga yung ulo nila sa akin.
Na-experience mo na ba, Mios?
Parang sa lahat ng students parang na-experience 'yun na uminit yung teacher natin sa akin, 'di ba? At some point, hindi makukumpleto yung conservatory life mo kapag
Kasi it's very old school eh. Old school talaga sila, 'di ba nga? May uniform tayo. Tapos kailangan yung pag-upo mo doon sa classroom, hindi pwedeng bargas. Di ba mapagalitan ka? Tapos kailangan mo mag-present, hindi pwedeng very strict, pero it really helped a lot.
Correct. The conventional way ka nga.
Yes. Pero nakatulong siya.
Yes, that's right.
Pero ito, question ko lang. I mean, what do you think are the advantages of being classically trained? Of course, kanina parang you're telling us, when you're part of some productions, ikaw minsan ang tumutulong sa kanila to teach some of their parts. But aside from that, ano pa yung mga advantages of being classically trained?
One advantage is, of course, your vocal range will really widen. It will really widen your vocal range because you're going to find out, and you'll be comfortable in your own range. You don't have to try to reach yung hindi mo kayang abutin. So that's one of the benefits. So hindi ka mamamaos kasi hindi mo pipilitin yung vocal cords mo na. Kunyari, kung mezzo ka lang. So may songs talaga na for mezzo, ganon. Hindi yung ipipilit nila sa'yo, pakantayin yung iba. So that's one benefit is wider vocal range. Second is, you have more concentration because you hear all the instruments when you listen to a song. Because you know that, this is what they used here in this song. So, and of course, reading notes is very important also. The fact that you can read notes and you know the tune of the song, that's already an advantage. Especially when you have a child and they have a music class. So, matuturuan mo yung anak mo. Like, yung anak ko pag may music, siya sa school and they're learning about notes. And I'm like, I studied this. So, yan. And then about musical composition, you learn about the lives of the other composers and the history of music, which is very interesting. I think that's an advantage if you really train classically because you'll understand why they use classical music for babies, especially for pregnant women. Diba they want the kids to learn because it actually awakens a different part of your brain when you listen to classical music.
Classical music, correct.
Yeah, that's right.
So, to be honest, when I was 6-7 years old, I was already dancing ballet and I already appreciated classical music. Siguro that's why nakatulong din sa akin, napunta rin talaga ako sa UST Conservatory of Music. Kasi 6-7 years old pa lang, puro classical music na lang binabali ko eh. Tapos biglang kinanta ko na siya. Yun.
From dancing to singing.
Yeah.
And I really do agree with that, especially in the part where you said na music history is very important because that's where you will learn a song and how to interpret it the correct way. Diba? For example, saan ba sa Baroque ba meron bang vibrato dito? Sa Renaissance ba may vibrato na? Yan yung mga those things. So it will enable you to actually interpret a song correctly if you know the history. O, diba? O ikaw naman, Fonzy, ano na mga advantage sa'yo ng being classically trained?
Ay, ang galing yan.
Hindi. By experience kasi, parang feeling ko, if you're classically trained, you will be able to understand your instrument better. So, aside sa sinasabi nga ni Ana kanina, you will be able to understand kung ano yung range ng voice mo. So you'll be more intelligent in choosing your piece, kung ano yung babagay sa'yo, and also kung paano mo malalaro rin yung boses mo to interpret a certain song beyond your range para hindi rin siya maapektuhan masyado. And also, on that end, syempre minsan hindi rin tayo, kasi yung body natin nag-a-affect din sa singing. So minsan nga rin, we're not on our perfect form or shape, tapos we need to perform right away. Doon lalabas lahat na natutunan mo, how to tuck your, yung breathing mo, kailangan yung support mo, mas align, tapos kung paano mo siya may hit. Lahat ng natutunan mo biglang lalabas doon eh. So I think that's one advantage. And also, pag may mga, siguro makaka-relate nito yung mga viewers natin ng mga nag-audition, pag nabigyan tayo ng pyesa, mas mabilis natin siya nababasa agad, mas naiintindihan natin kung paano natin siya may interpret in order for us to, syempre, to ace our audition. How about you, Mios?
Yun. Ako, talaga, maraming advantages yung pagiging classically trained. One is yung voice production. So, it's very important to know how your body works and kung paano mo correctly mapoproduce yung sound that is demanded by a certain song. Yan. And yun nga, nag-agree ako dun sa auditions. Syempre merong merong advantage if you know how to read notes and how to interpret the piece, 'di ba? So, ayan, makikita mo na okay, ganito dito siya lalakas. Ito yung it's intended. Ito yung intention ng composer. So, you get to understand the piece better if you're classically trained. And ayun, mainly for sa voice production talaga. Yan, and it will parang magbibigay siya sa iyo ng iba't ibang opportunities, whether in the classical scene or if you want to shift to pop or Broadway, 'di ba? Sa teatro, yan, yung mga nagiging trabaho natin. Ayan.
Well versed.
Well versed.
Diba? Pero, I mean, we're talking about disadvantages, and dami din. Pero, do you think, Ana, meron din to mga medyo disadvantage? Kaya?
Disadvantage, parang wala akong maisip sa totoo lang. Pero, siguro, ako, ang naging disadvantage sa akin, hindi ako makapagsulat ng kanta. Kasi, sa music theory, may rules. So, parang when I was trying to make my own music, sabi ko, bakit hindi ako makagawa? Parang
binded ka.
Gulong-gulo yung utak ko na parang, hindi naman ako si Beethoven. Pero kasi di ba may rules sila, basta, ang hirap na hirap ako nung gagawa na ng sarili. Parang paggagawa na rin ako like ng own song ko, like modern na, like siguro like a few years ago. Parang nahirapan ako, parang bumabalik yung sa UST, pero parang may rules tuloy na hindi, dapat ganun. Yun yung naging disadvantage sa akin. Parang naguluhan ako kasi nagkaroon ako ng standard. I guess ganun yung nangyari. Pero sa akin lang naman yon. I'm sure sa iba hindi kasi ang dami natin magagaling na composers from our batch.
Correct,
diba?
correct.
So, actually, hindi tayo magka-batch. Matanda pala ako sa'yo.
Alam mo, lahat naman tayo sa UST, magkaka-batch.
Kaya nga pati si Chewy kabatch na.
Diba? Pero naiintindihan kita when you said about dun sa theory, kasi syempre minsan nababox tayo, we want to be certain kung ano yung natutunan natin. Pero on the other hand, siguro it's more of the free will just to let and express yourself. Yes, may ganun.
Yes. Yun nga, I guess yung disadvantage. And when they look at you really seriously, parang hindi ka na nila kukunin na baka hindi na to pwedeng mag-comedy or something. Kasi yun, parang yun yung and the other way around, it also works the other way around. Paano naman natin kukunin yun? Kasi I remember, si Maestra Irma, medyo napagalitan niya ako when I was in Itbulaga that I was, nagka-cartwheel ako. Kunyari, nag-cartwheel ako, lunch break, pumunta ako ng Broadway, may Itbulaga kami. Nanonood siya ng TV, napanood niya, nagka-cartwheel ako kasi Siapaw days yun Pagbalik ko ng UST, napanood kita kanina, sabi niya, paano ka kukunin ng CCP? Tumatumbling ka sa TV. Sabi ko, oo nga naman. Hindi na lang ako nagsalita. Pero yun nga, yun yung disadvantage niya. Kung hindi mo siya siseryosohin, parang, paano ka nga naman nilang kukunin mag-perform? Pero kung sobrang seryoso mo naman, paano ka naman din nila kukunin na sa mga joke-joke na may racket-racket din naman kapag kakakitaan mo din. Yung mga ganun. So, I guess yun yung isa sa mga disadvantage din. Parang baka nababox ka.
Yes. They have this certain image sort of nakikita pag you're a classical performer.
Yes.
Pero ngayon, on the 21st century kasi, I mean, even if you will watch operas nowadays, iba na yung interpretation, even the set, even the costume, even the interpretation of the roles. Minsan magugulat ka na rin, no, na iba na antique. So, I'm very happy na medyo mas nagbo-broaden tayo at mas lumalawak yung ating thinking and appreciation sa mga in terms of interpretation ng mga classical pieces and art and work.
That's true kasi like ako nga I'm teaching grades 4 and 5 and then 9 and 10 and hindi ko na-expect na ma-appreciate nila yung classical pero whenever we have a listening activity parang isa-search pa nila yung yung meaning. For example, if it's in Italian, isa-search pa nila yung meaning nun. And then, when I read their answers or their reflection, yan, yung mga tanong nila, parang hindi ko rin masagot, ganyan. Kasi, parang yung mga things na we usually take for granted because parang, ito yung parang stock knowledge natin. Sila parang they're very curious. And I like that because it shows interest that the new generation, they're also interested in the music that we know, diba? And the music that's really timeless. Sabi nga ni Hannah, timeless.
Yes, at saka ang ganda rin nun yung kunyari nagta-travel tayo. Tapos kunyari na sa Italy, alam natin basahin. Kahit di natin alam yung meaning, alam namin basahin, diba? Nakakabudol tayo na, ay, marunong siya mag-Italian. Sa loob ko, kaya ko lang siyang basahin, pero hindi ko alam yung meaning ng lahat. Pero nakatulong siya.
Gusto ko mag-shout out kay Ma'am Coronel, our Italian language teacher.
Yes! Ako kay Father Nilo.
Kay Father Nilo.
Yes, Father Nilo Mangusad, Ma'am Cynthia Afable, and Ma'am Ayi Coronel, and of course, Romy Season.
Yon!
Gusto ko ciao maestra.
Ciao maestra.
Dapat with energy yun. Pero I mean, I know we need to weigh things. Merong advantages and disadvantages talaga. Pero just to share lang, ang disadvantage niya kasi sa akin when I was learning classical, nahirapan ako to shift my voice nung time na yun, go back to pop. Parang naging straight yung, very disciplined yung singing ko. Aside from that kasi, di ba, nagka-choir din ako sa singer. So, yung mga iba interpretation, taga nag-hold ka ng notes, para ayaw mo ikat. Minsan nagiging obvious siya sa akin. So, doon lumalabas yung difference ng, parang nahirapan ako mag-interpret ng other songs. Pero ngayon, syempre, mas kaya mo na. Shiner talaga.
Ayan. Yeah. And speaking of advantages and disadvantages or challenges, I would say. Yeah. So, at present, where competition as artists, it's very, very tight. So, do you think, Anna, being a classically trained person is more of an edge against others who are not?
Yes, definitely may edge siya. Kasi like that, you can read different languages. We had to study Italian, German, French, Spanish, right? Mm-hmm. And if I don't know if I miss it, aside from English. Pero yung English natin, British. Pag kinanta mo, di ba? Hindi siya yung slang.
Yung mga art songs.
Oo, hindi siya American Anyway, so yun yung edge natin na pag may binigay agad sa atin na ibang song, like especially now na in our modern mga singing stints, mas alam natin agad, mas mabilis natin matutunan. Pati pag may audition, tapos, di ba, nagbigay sila ng, like, kunyari, ang dami kong friends sa Venetian Macau, di ba? Mga Italian nung kinakanta. O edge na agad sa kanila yun na marunong sila ng different languages. Because nga, that's what we studied because of our classical training. And we have a wider taste in music kasi alam natin yung classical. Yung iba parang naboboard sila But no, if you really study it, hindi siya boring at all. It's very complicated. I don't think they can make songs like that anymore. Or music like that. Hindi na kaya ngayon.
And I think, syempre, na-apply mo din siya when you're doing your musicals. Kasi
Yeah,
parang
definitely.
you are required eh. I mean, when you're, especially Mios, you're a theater teacher also, na there's a certain standard eh. When the director said that you need to sing this, even though we are already parang rehearsing every day, you need to learn para i-pace yung voice mo din eh. Because anytime na you need to sing 100% at all times eh. So if you are classically trained, somehow you know how your instrument will work and how will you be able to sustain it, diba?
Kasi na-develop natin yan. That's
Yes.
right. Yan.
Yeah.
So, if there's a greatest lesson that you've learned from the Conservatory of Music, ano yung i-consider mo na greatest lesson na talagang di mo makakalimutan hanggang ngayon?
Aside from yung singing na tinuro sa akin na kailangan ay yun nga, na classical, na you have to use your whole body, that you're an athlete also, you are a vocal athlete, so you have to take care of your body. Aside from that, I learned that you really have to be patient with yourself. Everything cannot be, as in music, in UST, hindi siya pwedeng instant lahat. Hindi siya katulad ng ginagawa ko sa work ko na aralin ko today, alam ko na yan bukas. Parang ganon. Doon sa UST, oh no, it'll really take you days, like a week.
Alam mo, ramdam na ramdam ko talaga, oh no.
Ako rin eh. Relate ako.
Grabe. Tapos minsan 5 minutes yung kanta, hindi mo pwedeng aralin yun na overnight. Hindi. So, kailangan mo talagang magtiyaga. So, I learned a lot of patience. I had to exercise a lot of patience with myself when I was studying. So, yun, natutunan ko na hindi pwedeng instant pagdating sa classical training. Hindi pwedeng instant. Pero yun din naman yung gusto kong i-share na sa mga students now in music, that you can't fast forward things when you're studying music. You have to take it one step at a time, and baby steps is still progress. So okay lang yon, magpo-progress ka kahit unti-unti, pero kailangan you won't give up. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient because it's really hard, especially at first.
Yes.
But you have to work hard.
In addition to what Anna and Maya is sharing, actually to all our viewers, I mean, minsan iisipin ng iba, grabe, music student, natatapos ng 7 years, 8 years, because it's not just because of the subject, kasi minsan kailangan mo rin, kailangan mo rin mahinog. It's not just marunong ka na makumanta, pero of course you need to know, you need to ensure that you are all ready once you graduated eh. Kaya it takes time, kaya yung mga levels of examinations, sa mga viewers natin na non-music, may mga levels din po and stages din po kasi yung mga test namin. And habang tumataas, lalo siyang humihirap. Yung technique mas lalong humihirap. And we need to ensure that we are all capable in doing that when we're taking our examinations. So sa lahat dyan, syempre, yung mas ma-appreciate na ngayon nila ang classical music, na even yung mga classical performers and artists natin, that they will really give so much time for a 3 or 4 minute performances, but entails a lot of passion, commitment, and dedication. Yan.
Very good.
Pwede na ready na sa Miss Yulia.
Pang Miss You. Pang You contact eh.
Pero wait lang, before tayo mag-last question, kasi talagang ang dami-dami ngayon na nagsisend ng mga messages dito sa chat box natin. So, more love to our music majors. And Ciara, lahat sila nag-hi sa'yo.
Hi,
ang galing-galing mo daw.
Ayan. Pasa ko ba?
May question dito. What is your favorite classical song? Yan.
Madami. Paano kaya yun? Pero, dami talaga. Pero for me, siguro, yung aria na, O mio babbino. Kasi, naalala ko, sa opera class, nung hindi satisfied si Ma'am Irma sa pagkakakanta ko, pinag-ragdoll niya ako. Alam mo yung ragdoll? Naalala niyo yung ragdoll? Guys, pinag-ragdoll niya ako sa classroom. Sa maraming harap ng maraming estudyante. Sabi ko, oh no, galit siya sa akin. Pinapagragdal niya ako dito. Pinagragdal niya ako ng kumakanta ng Amoy Babino. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, Lord. Kaya hindi ko makalimutan ko. Hindi ko alam kung gusto ko yung kanta o ayaw ko. Pero gusto ko yung song. Maganda siya. Maganda siya, Amoy Babino. Marami naman, Amoy Babino, pati yung ano ko, Fonzy, yung favorite ko. Shocks, nakalimutan ko yung title.
Marami pa kinanta kasi na talagang
Plaisir the more, ganon. Tapos, ano pa ba? Pero yung aria na gusto ko yun nga, Amoy Babino.
Pwede daw ba mag-sample ka?
Ako gusto ko rin. Grabe, nakakahiya. Hindi ako nag-warm up, nakakahiya.
Hindi, pero yung Amoy Babino kasi is for Puccini. Pero super loved and super sikat yung aria na yan. Yan.
I know, di ba? Eh di mag-expect sila ngayon sa akin. Natakot tuloy ako.
Wag naman daw. Pero alam mo, may nagsasabi dito na product of UST excellent teacher. Congratulations, indeed. Proud to be Thomasians. Ay, go Ste! Yan.
I love it.
Pero eto na, Ana, ang question namin. Yes, last question talaga para Tito Boy lang. What do you think are the qualities that you have as a professional singer and entertainer too, that are distinctly unique as a Thomasian musician and performer? Yeah.
I think being resilient is my good quality. Not to boast, but being resilient, because even if you put me like in theater or in TV production and movies, I can work in all of those fields because of my classical training, because of how UST honed me as a student and as a singer. So aside from being resilient, I guess I became a versatile singer / actress. Kasi nga, yun nga, nagsisitcom tayo, nagda-drama tayo sa theater, nag-aano tayo sa movie, 'di ba? So parang nagamit ko talaga lahat ng halos lahat ng pinag-aralan ko like in UST because of that. So yeah, resilience and versatility.
Yes naman. Pero siguro to add to that also, Anna and Mios, I think as a Thomasian, we are taught also the values by being competent and disciplined, by doing the best with full dedication and passion. And it shows naman, Ana, sa lahat ng mga achievements mo, even sa television, sa theater and all. Kaya we're very proud of you. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. Grabe.
Diba?
That means a lot.
Pero meron akong pahabol. Kasi syempre meron tayong ngayon Gen Z na ngayon, di ba? Yes, may Gen Z na rin tayo. But what can you advise our aspiring musicians, or meron tayong mga viewers right now and gusto talagang maging classically trained, especially sa mga Gen Zs natin na mga nanonood?
Like I said a while ago, be patient with yourself. Be patient with the people around you and with yourself. And even if you think that there's no progress, meron yan, kahit super liit lang. So always believe that you can do it. Sometimes you'll feel like you want to give up kasi it's really hard, you want to skip. I also did that. Miss, pausa ko today pero hindi mo lang kasi inaral. Pero don't give up. Kailangan mo mag-try. Kailangan mo siyang aralin. You have to be dedicated if you really want this to happen, if you really want to finish it. You have to be patient. You have to be dedicated and believe in yourself and don't give up.
Wow. Thank you naman.
Totoo. Kasi ganun ako. Napagdaanan ko yan. Ay, parang inano-ano ko. Pero hindi pwede. Kailangan, kung gusto mong abutin yon, kung gusto mong matapos, kung gusto mong maaral yung mga songs na to, gusto mong makapag-recital, kailangan mo talaga i-dedicate yung sarili mo. Meron ako mga racket na hindi talaga tinanggap. Kasi nga, hindi siya nakatulong sa akin na yung J-Lo, yung kakantahin ko ng Sunday. Tapos, sa Monday, kakanta ako ng Strauss.
Puccini.
ng Puccini. Hindi siya makakatulong. Kailangan pinapractice mo yan ng ilang araw para pagdating dun sa araw na kakantahin mo na siya, sanay na sanay yung voice mo, yung katawan mo.
Wow, that's right naman. Sa mga viewers, pasensya na yung upuan ko biglang bumababa.
Why not?
Wag mo kayong magtaka.
So, tatanungin natin si Ana kung gusto mo bang mag-sample? Gusto mo bang paunlakan?
Grabe, anong kanta?
Mga favorite mo?
Sana natatandaan ko pa, no? Ano ba yung favorite? Isa pang favorite ko, Ombra Maifu. Alam niyo ba yun?
Oo. Yung
tama ba yun? Hindi ko nga matanda yung lyrics ko eh. Ano po?
Yung mga, di ba, yung mga uli natin mga kinakanta dyan, yung mga Victoria, Caromio din, ayan. Oche Sate. Sa lahat ng mga first and second year, hello po sa inyo.
Dyan yung Caromio Ben.
Yes.
Level Level 1 or 2?
Level 1 or 2. Hindi mo makakalimutan yun kasi ito yun nag-start ka kasi. Tapos parang you're treating those arieta as an aria already, di ba? Pero hindi pa naman siya aria.
Hindi pa. Pero parang aria nga daw yung Ombra Maifu pero pinasok pa rin ni Maestra yung dati sa akin sa level 2 yata or 3.
Sa level 2, wow.
Pero 3 may aria na, di ba? Yung level 2 wala eh.
3-4, yan.
Yeah, 3-4 meron.
Pero hindi ko na alam ngayon kasi alam mo na. Huwag na natin sabihin anong year tayo.
The times are changing.
Yes.
Na ngayon.
Mas marami na ngayon.
Mas marami na ba ngayon? Saka may musical theater na rin sa UST. Kaya I'm very, very proud sa UST Conservatory kasi lumalawak na yung natin, yung mga things, yung mga subjects and yung mga majors that we are offering. Yeah.
That's it. And a lot of the graduates from the UST Conservatory of Music, lahat silang marami ngayon nasa abroad. Yan. Yes. Either teachers or performers. So yan. So ang galing. Yan. Ang galing ng Thomasian musicians.
Ana, sorry, pero may pahabol kasing question dito.
Okay, go.
If not music, what will be your course kung di music? Yan.
Film and audiovisual or mass comm. Because that was my first choice. So kung UST, magma-mass comm ako, pero I wanted film and audiovisual in UP actually. Pero hindi ako pumasa ng UPCAT. So talagang meant to be ako sa UST.
Meant to be ka talaga sa UST.
Yes.
Pero we're very proud that you're part of the Thomasian community.
Ay, ako din. Proud Thomasian. Very, very proud Thomasian.
Kaya isupport natin si Ana on all her endeavors. Kasi syempre, go UST tayo. One heart lagi tayo. Passionate tayo as one. Kaya go UST lagi, diba?
Yes, ghost
gusto mo silang invite sa if you have upcoming shows or saan ka ba nila makikita at mapapanood soon?
Right now po, na mapapanood niyo po ako sa All TV, yung bago pong network. Iba-iba po kasi siya, pero usually makikita naman po natin yan sa Facebook ng All TV every weekday, Monday to Friday, 12 noon sa ngayon. MOMs po, Ms. on a Mission. And then please follow me on all my social media accounts in Instagram @Pinaipol and my Facebook page and TikTok, Ciara Sotto.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you.
Ana, thank you so much.
Millennial. Charot.
Ibang klase talaga. And
thank
we're
you.
very happy on behalf of the Thomasian community. We would like to thank you once again for gracing our show. Please enjoy your vacation there. And also don't forget my pasalubong.
Go! Of course!
And on behalf of the UST Conservatory of Music Alumni Association Incorporated through its president, Antonio Chuaso Jr., we would like to thank you, Ana, Ciara Sotto, for guesting and sharing with us your perspectives about the benefits of being a classically trained artist. We also would like to thank welcome. We also would like to thank the USTAAI academics, specifically Team Bridges, for giving us the opportunity to sponsor this episode of Bridges. So again, friends, please don't forget to like and share our show and subscribe to our UST Thomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel. Yes.
Thank you for tuning in sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon. Join us again next Tuesday for another episode of Bridges with an interesting topic to celebrate Mother's Day. Kaya Ana, mag-tune in ka din.
Oh yes, relate ako dyan.
Yes, relate tayo dyan. So again, this is Fonzy Mendoza thanking all of you for watching. Here at Bridges, we build bridge of faith, bridges of hope, and Bridges of Love. Enjoy the rest of the evening. So for more inspiration, and actually, it's very fitting to end this episode of Bridges. Let us listen to the most beautiful prayer ever said. The Lord's Prayer, to be sung by none other than a special guest, Ms. Ciara Sotto. Have a great evening, everyone.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver